On a scale of 1 to 10.
10 being the highest, 7. But like an East Coast 7. Friends, family, 7s around the globe. I said around.
Mr. Worldwide.
I missed the last letter of around.
Around the globe.
Yeah, around the globe. Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I had a great time. Last podcast. I thought it was a lot of fun. But we're excited to be back. We're excited to talk with you guys again. How have you been?
I've been good. How's your sunburn?
It's fine. It's fine.
He sunburned the back of his knees.
Yeah.
Who sunburns the back of their knees?
Yeah, the top of my calves got sunburned at an event recently.
Honestly, the fact that we adults we will get sunburned till the day that we die. We'll never learn.
No, I think that we forget because we go into like I don't know, it depends on where you live, I guess. But if you live like in our neck of the woods in Alabama, there are 4 seasons. Depending. I mean, there are
4 seasons.
If you know about seasons, there's 4 of them. Most of the time, depending on where you live. That's what I was getting at. And we go into a season where the sun is not as harsh.
But you can still get burnt.
As it typically is. Yeah, but you don't see people get sunburnt in the winter. So we just came out of the winter, and we're getting into the springtime, and the sun has decided that it's time to come back out full force.
Time to burn.
Yeah. And so I was at an event. We were doing a coffee setup a few weekends ago, and I got burned on the backs of my legs, like my calves, which is a funny place to get burned. Any place is a funny place to get burned, but I just have never been burnt solely on the back of my calves. It didn't hurt that bad.
I was out of town visiting a friend. If I would have been here, I think I would have been like, "Hey, man, put on some sunscreen."
Well, who would ever think to put sunscreen on the back of your legs only?
Here's the thing. Adults have to be reminded to put on sunscreen.
Yeah.
And I still don't necessarily understand sunscreen. What are the numbers? What do they mean? Is it about how long it works? Is it about how much protection you actually get?
I don't think that it actually means anything. I think that I
don't think anything means
it's all a ruse. I think it's comparable to toilet paper size.
And sunscreen is so expensive.
Yeah.
Like us middle class people, we have issues buying sunscreen.
And here's the deal too. Like what's really unfortunate, and I don't know, I think you know this about me. With 6 years of being married, I would hope so. So I, in the past, have been allergic to sports sunscreen.
What
allergic? How dare you?
I'm allergic to sunscreen.
I'm actually allergic.
I'm really allergic to sunscreen.
I don't know. Some doctor told me one time I used it and I broke out in hives or whatever, and they told me at some point that it was the zinc or something in it that I was allergic to, so I can't use it. Or maybe I can and I just haven't. And we may test that theory here soon. I don't know. I just I don't want to. So because you can't buy sport, you have to buy regular sunscreen, which is, what's the difference? And so the sunscreen that we buy is more expensive because sport I think is more widely used because people. I don't even know really the difference between sport because it says that it stays on even if you're sweaty, and that's not true.
Yeah,
it's just simply not. And
it's probably another thing that's just more expensive and you buy it.
Yeah, I think it's big pharma.
Because it says it. Yeah.
It's big sunscreen. I
think
that it's big sunscreen. Which is funny even so because days ago I went to the dermatologist for the first time in forever. And that's how you know that you're getting older. I'm almost 30. Yeah, the end of my day is soon. And it's soon approaching. And I went to the doctor, and I went to the dermatologist, and that was one of the questions they asked me on that survey, which I'll say this. I got a text message from my dermatologist office, and they told me to fill out a questionnaire before I got there. And like a good person, I did. I filled that questionnaire out. And then I got there and had to fill out another questionnaire. So angry. You know what I mean? So angry. If I fill out a questionnaire beforehand and you have a follow-up questionnaire for me, guess what? I'm mad at you.
Every time I've ever filled out a medical questionnaire before going to an appointment, I had to fill out the exact same form when I got there.
Yeah.
Every time.
What I was getting to is they asked me how often I wear sunscreen and what number of sunscreen that I use. And I don't know if there's a right answer.
I don't know.
Is because like, is there too much? Like if you're putting it on every day and it's 150 SPF, whatever it is, FPS frames per second, is that too much sunscreen?
I don't know. No matter what, we're gonna get burnt.
Yeah.
We're gonna get burnt.
It reminds me of that the guy that in Benchwarmers who like ate the sunscreen. Did you see that movie? Yeah. Throwback.
There's a big burning star in the sky. Like, we're gonna get burned. It's gonna happen. And my biggest pet peeve is when someone will see you and you're obviously sunburned.
Yeah.
It's obvious. And they're like, get a little sun, did you?
Yeah.
Got a little sun. I'm like,
back out of my face with that. You know what I mean? Like, immediately.
ask me if I got a little sun and I'm going to punch you in your face.
Yeah. And that seems to be like a widely said thing. Everywhere that I've been, if I've ever been sunburned, someone has said,
did you get a little sun?
Did you get a little sun? And
if I have a zit on my face, someone's not going to be like, got a little zit?
Yeah.
Got a little zit on your forehead?
Yeah.
Don't come at me with that.
Yeah.
I know I'm sunburned.
It's like the equivalent of trying to talk about the weather.
Yes.
The lowest form of communication.
If you need to tell me, get a little sun, you don't know me.
Yeah. I agree. And the same thing about like, we don't have to talk about the weather. I would rather sit in silence than talk about the weather. And that's just something that like, I'm sorry. And if you talked to me about the weather before in the past, like, here's your sign to not do that ever again. Like, I would rather sit in silence than talk about the weather because we're all outside. You know, we all know what the weather is.
We do.
It's like, I don't know, and maybe this is like too on button, but it's like when. And
Didn't you talk about the weather at the beginning of this episode?
No, I don't think I did. Did I?
You talked about the 4 seasons, but go ahead.
That's different though. I'm gonna step on some toes.
Okay.
Right? And bear with me.
Okay.
I think that we, as a society, don't have to point out someone's race when we're telling a story.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I don't understand why that has anything to do with it. And I don't think that comes from a place of being woke. I just think that comes from a place of, guess what? We're all in 2023.
Yeah.
There are all kinds of, I'm not even going to go into it.
How did that connect to the weather? Because white people ask about the weather.
We don't have to talk about, we don't have to talk about the weather because we all experience it.
Oh,
and we don't have to.
I see how you're connecting the dots.
We don't have to talk, we don't have to mention someone's race when we're telling a story about someone else. We don't have to.
Gotcha.
I think that just goes without saying. Yeah. That's as far as I'll go.
All right.
Don't ask me to go any further on that because I don't want to. Get riled up. I get riled up.
It happens.
It does happen. But yeah. So, so coffee events were great. I love doing them, getting in the community. We're really excited about our coffee shop opening. If we can just ever get there, man, I'm trying my best.
We're supposed to have a cookout opening as well.
That was announced like forever.
It's not going to happen. That's something that happens in our town is that they announce that things are going to open and then they don't.
And I guess I'm falling in line with that right now. But it's not the
Please
town's
let us know
fault.
if your small town announces that things are going to open and then
years
they never,
before they actually open.
Or they just don't open.
Yeah, if they
like
do.
What happened?
Right.
I know I know things can happen, but it's like, why do we have the announcement of so many different things and then it just disappears and fizzles away?
Right. And also, if you're in a small town, I just thought about this because I was thinking about businesses opening and such. If you're one of the people on Facebook who every time a new business starts to open and you chime in and say, and someone asks what it's going to be, and you chime in and
hey,
say,
we're going to be there. Hey, what are y'all? What's going on the corner of 77 and 3rd?
Yeah, but
y'all know what's going to be there.
I'm not even talking about those people. You can be curious. Like, you can be
No, you can't. It's annoying to me.
But if you're one of the people that responds, and you say something funny, but that funny thing happens to line up with it's going to be another mattress store or a check into cash, bye. Like, delete your Facebook account.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't get it. It can only be said so many times.
No, I hate when someone takes a picture of like leveled ground because it's going to be a new construction. They're like, "What's going to be here?"
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going to be?
Yeah.
What's going to be here?
It's almost like just wait. You know, just wait a little bit.
Yeah, wait and see.
You don't need to know right now.
There will be a sign that says "Coming soon."
Exactly. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, it's like you have two opposite sides of the spectrum when you do that. Is like, and I've experienced this. When I put my sign up for our coffee shop right down the road, the people knew about it before I put my sign up because I had talked to people because that's conversation. And then even after I put my sign up, people who drive by it every day told me that they didn't see it. They're like,
that's because people don't look at things.
Yeah, but it's like, where are you gonna? People see everything, right? They see a pound amount of dirt, and they're like, what is that gonna be? And then you have the opposite of people that do that, where they don't see anything. It could be a brand new building, and someone's like, I didn't even realize that was there.
Well,
why is there no middle ground?
When we sold coffee at Nakalula Falls, everyone was asking us if we took card, and we had 5 signs that said, "We take card," because we were the only people that take card. Because
I guess if we want to loop that into like this podcast, if you need to be honest with yourself and realize whether or not you need to be more observant.
Do you use your eyes?
Do you need
to? Do you see?
Do you need to be more observant or less observant? Right? Because you can be overly observant, where it's like you're seeing things that we don't even need to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Weather-wise. But
well,
yeah, we started talking about cookout.
Okay.
Because that was something that we were excited about. We're very big cookout fans. If you've ever been to the restaurant, cookout is what we're talking about.
But In-N-Out or cookout?
For me, it's cookout. Because I know we badmouth, or I badmouth.
It just depends. A cookout burger is more of like a grilled.
Yeah.
On the grill burger, I'm not looking for a backyard burger. I want a flat top burger.
I do agree with that.
The burger at Cookout is not going to make me go to Cookout. It's everything else.
Yeah, and that's where I was getting, like, that's where I was, the opinion I was forming.
You were going to get there?
I was going to get there in my mind.
Oh, okay.
But I was going to get there whenever I started talking. And oops, I started talking too early. But anyway, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that they're two separate burgers if we're talking about the burger specifically. But as a whole, if you're talking about the culmination of everything there, I like Cookout more. I think they have more to offer than In-N-Out does. And I don't think that people make it out to be what it's not. Like, it's good.
People don't overhype
Yeah,
Cookout.
They don't overhype it. It's good.
I would agree with you.
And it's good for the price.
Cookout lives up to its own hype.
Absolutely.
Yes.
1,000%. I think that whenever I had In-N-Out and now taken, it was probably a skewed version of what it should be. But when I had In-N-Out, it was like 1 a.m. because
it should have been even better at that point.
It wasn't, because I had just got done driving 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
We were coming from a wedding flying out of Denver. We thought we need to get In-N-Out at 1 a.m. before our 5 a.m. flight.
Yeah, so I was officiating a wedding in Colorado, and we like to travel. Obviously, that's kind of what we do. And so what we did is we flew into Las Vegas. We rented a car. We saw Las Vegas for a day, and then we drove to Colorado where we did the wedding at. So in all of the times that we spent driving, there was never a cookout on the way there.
I don't think. You mean In-N-Out?
That's what I meant. Yeah, an In-N-Out. I don't think that we saw an In-N-Out on the way there, and if we did, then
the only option we had for In-N-Out was before our flight in Denver.
In Denver,
like, you're going to try In-N-Out,
which we didn't have butt crack of dawn flights to begin with, but we were trying to make it back home because our niece was having her first birthday, and that's huge, and so we were not going to miss that.
We laid down everything for our niece.
Yeah, we laid down everything for our niece. And
I'll kill for my niece.
Watch it. We have to edit that.
Oh.
I bleep for my niece. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if we actually have to edit that. I'm not going to, and then we'll see what happens. But Yeah, so we changed our flight to get super early morning flights, which meant we were only going to be in Denver for 3 hours, which that's a whole separate story in itself. But we left the wedding at 10 or 10:15, and drove to Denver. It was 2 hours away, and then we got to In-N-Out, and guess what? No one else thought that it was midnight because everybody was in that stinking drive-through, dude.
In Denver
Everybody was in that drive-through. It was literally, there was 400 cars, maybe 500.
But we got burgers and we got animal-style fries, which is the things to get there.
Yeah,
it has a very, very limited menu, which is the complete opposite of Cookout.
I went off recommendation. You know what I mean? I didn't go like sometimes you can go to a restaurant someone recommends and get something else that they didn't recommend food-wise, and it be not good, and then you have a bad representation of that place. But I got what everyone said to get, the double animal-style fries. And I thought it was
And I thought it was amazing.
I thought it was
But
and
that's just because I like thin and
I
crispy
do
fries.
like those burgers. I agree.
I don't know why you didn't like it, but with
It was too late.
Cookout's menu.
It was too late.
Okay.
That was it. I mean, there's not
Whoopsie.
anything. It was too late, and I
had to go.
Yep.
I enjoyed my burger and my 3 hours of sleep.
So
I did not enjoy my 3. It was horrible.
Yeah, we ate In-N-Out, and then we went to our hotel, and we checked in our hotel at 1:30, 1:30.
We should have never gotten a hotel room.
We wasted money on a hotel room.
We should have went straight to the airport and just slept.
We checked in at 1:30. We checked out at 4, and we drove to the airport, and then got on our flight at 5, and then flew into Atlanta, the worst airport in the world, by the way, and then drove 2 hours home.
Now, can you please tell me why you like Cookout?
Yeah.
You just took a really long time.
I like Cookout because of
about
how much I
In-N-Out.
hate In-N-Out. Yeah, I don't hate it. I think that it doesn't live up to the hype, and anything that doesn't live up to the hype, I think needs to be put in its place.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, and that's it.
Reasonable. Okay.
So Cookout is great because you can get so much for so little. And each of the things are good in their own respect. I don't think any of those things that they have are reasons to go there alone.
No, it's
I don't
a
think
combination of the 50 things on their menu.
I don't think you can go just for the burger or just for the corn dog or just for the french fries or just for the cheese curds.
But your meal can literally be burger, french fries,
corn dog, cheese
hash
curds,
brown
a
guys,
hot dog.
Yeah, anything. And then
a salad,
yeah,
a lobster tail.
I don't think you can get. I don't want a lobster tail.
No, yeah, crab rangoons.
You can.
All of that at Cookout, you can get all of and those are sides. It's not an entree.
Now, at least I think the cheese curds are really good, and to me, it's
I do too.
An upgraded bite-size mozzarella stick because mozzarella sticks to me are trash.
Come on,
and they're a risk
they're
to
a
human
hazard.
life.
Yeah, they're a hazard.
More
than other foods, and more than food should be.
I had a really good childhood, so maybe this is just why these are my darkest memories.
Yeah.
But my darkest memories are choking on mozzarella sticks when I was a kid.
No, I think we all have that memory.
Like I would always think I was gonna die.
Yeah, it's that time where you are confident in the fact that you know how to eat food.
Yeah,
and
you
then
think you do.
You know, you're like, oh, I've eaten food. It's easy. You know what I mean? You just take a bite and you chew and then you swallow and you're good. And then your body does the rest for you most of the time. And then you're overly confident and you take a bite into the cheese stick and it almost kills you because for some reason the cheese doesn't.
You're just like
the cheese doesn't release.
Well, there's just like a string of cheese. There's a cheese stick hanging down my throat.
Yeah.
I'm choking. I think it's the end.
Yeah.
I literally have to like reach, and I remember as a kid just like reaching into my mouth and like pulling an entire cheese stick out of the back of my throat.
Well, it's crazy too because it's not even just the cheese. Because if it was just a string of cheese, you could it's fine. But also at the end of that cheese is a fried lump of dough. That was our dog. Her name is Kara. She's laying on the couch with us. She's very tired right now. She had a long day outside. But yeah, so I think that I agree with you. I think cheese curds are an upgraded.
Yeah. And also with mozzarella sticks, I think they are for me, even like through the danger aspect. They're one of the lowest forms of food. Anywhere you go, I guess for some people it's like a comfort. They can count on the fact that every mozzarella stick from every restaurant in the entire world is going to taste exactly the same.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a comfort to them. I'm not about it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think it's something that people should
I want to be wowed.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be wowed by a mozzarella stick.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's people think that being a foodie or whatever is just eating a lot of food. But I think where people go wrong is you're just not venturing out enough. I don't think that you have to like go to a brand new place and try something you've never had before. But like when I go to a brand new restaurant and mozzarella sticks are on the menu
and you get mozzarella sticks. If I am at a restaurant with you and there's just like
get
all
out of
these
my face
amazing things you can get, it's like orange reduction bacon scallops, or even like a crab rangoon, even something something that's not so wild and out there, or you can get like a really cool taco as an appetizer, nachos that have not the normal toppings. You're ordering mozzarella sticks, like you might as well also order chicky tendies and fries for your meal.
Bring me a kid's menu and some crayons, because like you're a kid, you're a child. It's
where's the ketchup?
One of my favorite things to eat is a burger. I think a burger is very versatile. And what comes with the territory is when you go to burger restaurants, unless you're going to a really upscale burger joint, which is hard to find, that's worth it, right? Because people say they're upscale burger, and you get there, and it's just, it's okay.
A lot of burgers.
Yeah, a lot of burgers.
If it's grilled.
Yeah. Don't
grilled burger.
Don't grill a burger, and also don't let your burger be as thick as a steak, right?
Yeah.
Like smash that burger, and make it good, make it worth it. But when you go to burger restaurants, it's going to be on the menu, right? Fries are going to be on the menu, some type of loaded fries, some type of tater tot, some type of probably like a roasted Brussels sprout or something that usually goes for some reason with burgers. And mozzarella sticks are usually on the menu as an appetizer. And I think that someone said it best online somewhere, where imagine if a waiter came out to you and asked you if you wanted to eat before your meal 6 string cheeses, where they said, "Hey, let me bring you out 6 string cheeses."
Hey, you know those things that you would eat after soccer practice?
Yeah.
That your mom would bring?
Yeah.
Or what your mom had at the beach in her little snack bag?
Yeah.
Would you like 6 of those?
Do you want to eat 6 of those before you eat this giant burger and fries that you just ordered? And then you're like, obviously, no, because I'm a grown adult. I don't want that.
I give you 6 string cheeses. You give me $12.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, instead of 6 string cheeses, what if I took those 6 string cheeses and deep fried them and then gave you marinara to dip it in? And
I'll
then
have 20.
All of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, dude, I'm all about.
Oh yeah, I want that.
I want this. Yeah. Give me those are mozzarella sticks. Those aren't string cheeses. Those are mozzarella sticks. And then you eat them and almost die, and the flavor's not even worth dying.
No.
You know what I'm saying? The flavor's not even worth dying.
The flavor of a mozzarella stick is not worth dying for.
No.
I still choke on them to this day, mostly because I hate them.
Yeah.
But it's like if someone's gonna order them, like I'm gonna partake.
Right. I'm not
like
gonna.
You're paying.
I'm not gonna order them.
I'm not paying.
Yeah. I'm not gonna order them.
You order mozzarella sticks. You say split the bill. No, we're not friends anymore.
The mozzarella sticks go on their tab, and I want the waiter to know that.
Do not put those stupid cheese sticks on my bill.
The mozzarella sticks are not mine, and they're not gonna go on my tab. And I look at the waiter in his eye and I say that. I said, those mozzarella sticks. I may have eaten one, but I'm not gonna pay for them because. Mozzarella sticks, and they know, and that most waiters and waitresses, they understand that.
Yeah.
Because so cheese curds. If I had to choose, and that's why I like Cookout.
Yes, because they have bite-sized, better versions of mozzarella sticks.
You can fry cheese.
There are so much better versions of fried cheese.
Yeah.
There's so much more that you can do with cheese instead of just putting some panko on it. Panko.
Which I am convinced.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
I'm convinced. I think you had it right. One of the ways. I'm convinced that the same pancos that you get in the grocery store. I don't think they use the same ones at restaurants. I think it's different. I've never been able to like use panko breadcrumbs from the grocery store and it be the same. Like when I've fried foods, which is not very often.
I've tried to do air fryer type recipes with panko and it never works out well.
Right.
And panko, what?
That's what it is, isn't it?
No, I know. That's just a strange word.
Yeah. Someone needs, in the comments, if you know why it's called panko, go ahead and put it down there so that we can be educated.
I feel like it's a different language and we're sounding really dumb right now.
Yeah. Panko. You know?
Panko.
Pan. Yeah. No, speaking of air fryers, because I think that's a really good point to make. If you're a foodie and you don't have one, I think you're still a foodie at that point because it just has...
If you're a foodie and you use chicken breast instead of chicken thigh...
Come on with it.
Give me your foodie badge.
Take it back. Put
it in my pocket. If
you're still eating chicken breast and not chicken thigh, child. You're a child. Grow up. This whole idea of dark meat versus light meat, white meat, whatever it's called, I don't even know because I don't eat it. Haven't in a long time. We eat chicken thigh a lot.
Yeah.
And you can cut the fat off. You can do whatever you want, but the chicken that comes out of the air fryer, if it is the chicken thigh, is much better. Yeah. It's juicier. It's more flavorful. It retains.
Juicy. It's got its own.
It's what?
It's juicy.
It's
juicy.
That's not a word.
And it has its own fat thing going on, so you don't even have to spray it with anything. It just crisps itself up, and it's delicious.
Yeah, if you're not on the air fryer train yet, get on it. I don't know why you've waited so long. It's one because like goes back to hype, right? When people hype something up, I'm for it as long as it lives up to its hype. Like, I'm trying to think of something else that lives up to its hype. The movie Avatar. Super old, super good movie.
Yeah.
Interstellar. I thought it was really good. I thought it got a lot of hate. Great movie. But air fryer lives up to the hype.
Yeah, if you're doing it right.
Yeah, for sure. And like there are different types of air fryers. So try one.
If your air fryer recipes are from like some screenshot of a screenshot that you saw someone post on Facebook, you've gone to the wrong place looking for an air fryer recipe. Right. If you looked up on Google good air fryer recipes, you're probably coming to a good place.
And I think that's a really good parallel of what you can do at home and what you need to be doing to find good restaurants outside of your town and your home. Like that's what being a foodie is all about to me, is like
best pizza in New York, a really cool list will come up from different companies.
I think one of the best ways that you put it while we were traveling is I don't remember where we were. We just recently were in Dublin, and I think that's where it was. We were walking down the road. We were going to somewhere to eat, somewhere we had researched and vetted, right? And we were talking about that, how like some people just don't do enough research to find something that's worth it, so they just end up at the Hard Rock Cafe, right? And maybe that's what this podcast is a Hard Rock Cafe hate group.
Yeah.
But so they just end up there. But Shelby, you said something along the lines of if you're going somewhere, you've got to do research beforehand because you just never know. If you walk into a place that looks good, it may not be good.
Yes.
And I think that's nail on the head.
And the research is fun, but if you go to a city and you haven't looked up anything and you plan to just walk in
you're just trying to chance it.
You are risking the money that you spent on a plane ticket.
Yeah.
Nope, can't do it.
Yeah. Travel tip that we try and implement. So we've done this a few times. We try and obviously get the cheapest plane ticket wherever we're going, right? Because like you can be uncomfortable for like 2 hours to save $500, right, on a plane ticket. You don't have to sit up front. You don't have to. You could. It's possible to fly somewhere and be uncomfortable, but get where you're going so that you can have free money elsewhere. So we try and go budget on our flights.
If
and
Spirit flew to the UK,
we would
I'd
have.
fly Spirit.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that American plane was so uncomfy.
Yeah.
Unless you have a first class ticket, you're in the same uncomfy situation as literally any plane.
Yeah.
When you stand up and you hit your head on the thing that holds your bags.
Don't stand up.
Yeah.
Wait till it's your turn to stand up. Hot take. Like, seriously.
Wait till it's your turn to get off the plane. There's an order.
Yeah. And then we go like pretty, I don't want to say budget because it makes it sound like we're staying in like roach motels, but we go.
We don't go budget necessarily.
We go kind of budget friendly on hotels or places to stay.
But I make sure they're very vetted even
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is like you don't want to stay somewhere that's like super affordable because you run the risk of it being creepy. But you also don't want to stay somewhere that's like crazy expensive in the nicest part of town, like right in the middle of downtown, just to be able to say that I've stayed in the middle of downtown areas and I just thought it was okay.
Yeah, that's how you get a cheaper hotel. You always just stay a little bit outside of the city, and if it's any sort of city or place that has public transportation, like you're golden.
Public transportation is by far probably one of the biggest tips that we could give you on travel and food.
I buy passes for whatever, like even going to London and Dublin. Like I bought passes for public transportation, week-long passes before we even went. And so as soon as you get off your plane, like you have the card to swipe, and it's so much easier, and you don't pay $1 million on Uber.
Well, just like even recently with our trip to LA, we rented a car, which was $120.
Because LA doesn't have good public
transportation. They don't have great
it doesn't make sense
public
to do
transportation.
It there.
So we rented a car, and it was $130.
Now that was budget.
Yeah, it was budget.
It was literally called You Saved.
Yeah, we stayed.
You saved.
We
saved.
Yeah, we saved money. We didn't save time getting the car. It took so long.
We had to take like 3 different connecting
to get from the airport. Hey, that's how you know it's
weird
budget.
Shuttles. If you get on 3 weird shuttles, like
if you get off the plane and you got to take 3 buses to get to where your rental car place is, you budget. You
budgeted. You chose the
and
cheapest
that's fine,
place.
But don't try.
The car was nice.
Yeah.
So who cares if I had to take 3 weird shuttles with random people that I don't know and could have gotten killed?
Right. And so we rented the car, and it was good, thankfully. And then we paid for parking. You know, we had an app to try and point us in the right direction for like cheaper
Spot Angels.
Spot Angels.
You can see where there's free parking.
Cheap-ish parking, or street parking, or road parking, stuff.
Metered parking, like
parking.
30 cents an hour or something like that.
Over the 4 or 5 days that we were there, we only spent like $55, $60 in parking. So $170 for the entire week. We had our own car. But still, one of our friends went there a couple of weeks before us, and they spent like in 2 days, like $550
because every
in
single
rides.
Uber was like
so it's
$50-ish dollars because it takes you an hour to go 3 miles.
If you're going somewhere, you need to find out whether or not if it's more cost effective to do public transportation, which it usually is, depending on the big city that you're in or the city that you're in, place that you're in, or if it's just cost effective for you to rent a car. Because it's not, if you find the right place, it's not super expensive. And that's one of the best tips that we could give. So like we do that so that we can ball out on food.
Ball out.
I
don't care how much it costs.
Yeah, no, if it's worth it, I don't care. Now, I will spend it. That's where my mind just made the connection of why we were even there. When you are somewhere and you walk into a restaurant knowing nothing about it, and it happens to be, $35 for an entree, and it's not worth $35, that's on you.
That is a day ruiner for me.
That's on you.
Yeah, I am not.
No sympathy.
Especially on vacation, you want to kind of ball out on food
because
because that's cool. And
because
I'm going to vet
you
these
can get at home.
places before I spend my money on crappy food.
Right. Yeah. I would rather someone carjack me in a rental car in a place I've never been before, like LA, than come back home and be like, oh yeah, we didn't find really any good food and we ended up spending way too much money.
I'd for sure rather someone punch me in the face before I had a bad meal on a vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, and that happens a lot if you're not in control.
Yeah. And hot take, that's why I don't like going to the beaches on the border of Alabama, because the restaurant choices are
Yeah, and they haven't always been
Gulf
that
Shore
way.
restaurants
Yeah, wow, shots fired.
can't.
If you live in that area
Orange
and you
Beach
watch this,
restaurants.
put us on some good restaurants that are on the coast.
All the touristy
Alabama.
trap restaurants is mostly the only kind of
Yeah.
restaurants in Gulf
Yeah,
Shores
don't
and
invite
Orange
me
Beach,
to go eat
and they are
at the Hangout.
terrible.
Yeah, don't invite me to go eat at the Hangout, and don't invite me to go eat at Lulu's.
Don't invite me to get a $30 seafood platter, and it literally is just fried fish that I could have made myself at home.
Yeah.
Do not invite me to that.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Do your research, and that's all it is. Because here, let's wrap it up. Let's be honest with ourselves. You can't be disappointed when you didn't do enough research. If you've never been somewhere, how do you expect to know what's good there? If you're not looking for recommendations.
Yep. And if you message us on Instagram or anything, I can give you recommendations.
Yeah.
I can give you access to my Wonderlog. It has restaurants that are categorized and ranked.
We want to help you
eat good food.
Eat good food and be better travelers.
Yes.
Because and the thing is, I'm sorry to tell you, most of the time, if you recommend something to me, I'm going to vet it secondary before
I'm going to look it up.
There.
I'm going to look at their Instagram, and if their Instagram photos are, then I'm not going.
Yeah. You got to have
their
like a
photos
good,
are bad, I'm not
You have to have
coming.
a good mixture of product photography and followers.
Well, here's the thing. Even like cheap eats can wow you on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Like a cool video of how they make their burrito can look real good, or it can just be a gross picture of like Cajun pasta, and I'm not coming to eat your Cajun pasta.
No, dude. Yeah, I can have good Cajun pasta at home. I can. It's really easy to make.
I can make that in my crock pot.
Cajun, yeah.
It's not hard.
No, but just do your research. Just save yourself the heartache of eating mozzarella sticks again at Hard Rock Cafe in Kuwait. And do your research. Go somewhere worth it. Do something worth it with your money so that you're not disappointed whenever you leave there, and we can all be friends, because I want to be friends with you so badly, but if you eat bad food on a regular, it's hard for me. I love you from afar.
Just because we're sevens doesn't mean we have to eat 7 quality food. We get to eat 10 stars. That's what we get. That's our reward.
Yep. 10 food, 7.
10 of them. 10. We give you 10.
10.
We give you 10.
10 food, 7 people. 10 food, 7 people. But, yeah. So, thanks for tuning in again.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to us shoot the breeze and talk about our food. If you have any questions about travel, food, recommendations, anything like that, or anything really, just put it in the comments. Shoot us a message.
And if you like mozzarella sticks, don't message us.
Maybe figure something else out. Maybe grow up a little bit. But yeah. All right. Y'all take it easy. Peace.